In the NIPA website, we have divided the programs in two different categories. You have the courses and the schools. Typically, a course is defined by a level, a title. It could have an image gallery, an introduction, more information here, sometimes associated files like a PDF brochure, and more descriptions. Also, it could have a video and an admission part that we will see how to change later on. A school is pretty similar to a course, except it has its own logo and its own menu. Schools and courses can be found under courses, and both of them are associated with categories, so you can browse schools and courses under the same page. In the Dash backend, you will see two different buttons under programs. You have the courses and the schools. So let's start with adding a course. So here you can see the list of all the existing courses. Every line represents a course. To add a new course, just click on the plus button and it will create a blank line that you can fill in with information. But I'm going to show you a quicker way to create a course. So right now we cannot see the full length of the line because our window is too narrow. What you can do if you are on a desktop is press Shift and scroll down. So it will move the scroll horizontally. If you don't press Shift, then the scroll is going to be vertical. If you don't have a scroll and you're on a touchpad, you can always use two fingers to scroll down and Shift with two fingers to scroll horizontally. So for now, I'm just going to delete this new line we created by clicking here. And instead of starting from a blank line, I'm going to click on the little sheep to clone this course. So this will automatically create an exact copy of the hospitality level 1 that I can modify. And let's say I'm going to make it level 2 and I'm going to call it test. So everything you want to edit, you just click in and you change the content there. So once you have changed your content, you can click on save and it will be immediately visible on the website. So if I click here and I refresh my page, then I can see my test appearing here. And of course, it has all the data from the hospitality level 1 we just copied. So now we want to change, maybe have a different set of pictures. We might want to have different files and different text. So the text I already changed a little bit, the introduction. So every column represents a piece of the data. So let's say you want to have a different video, you just need to copy and paste the YouTube link in this field, and it will associate the video with this course. So right now our test course is associated with files and pictures that are exactly the same than for the hospitality level 1 that we copied. And if you click here on this little icon under files, you will open a new tab and you can see, let me refresh, and you will see all the associated files. We don't want to change any file here because if we do, we will change also the file for the hospitality level 1, but we want to keep this one intact. So we're just going to click under files on the line of the newly created course. And here we can see all the available folders, and we're just going to create a new one. I'm going to call it test, and it should be here as a first choice when you create it. So I'm just going to click on that, and that's done. We now have created a new empty folder associated with our new course. And if I click here again, then I will see that we are on an empty folder. I can just take some pictures from my desktop, drag and drop them here, or if you're not on a desktop, you can always use this button here to upload files from wherever you want. So now we just associated those pictures. And if I go back here, now we have to click on save. And if we have a look at our test course again, now we should see our new pictures appearing here. Let's go a bit further, and let's say we have a brochure, a PDF brochure to associate with our course. So I'm going to click here again to open this associated folder, and I'm just going to drag and drop my PDF in there. And if I go back on my page now should automatically have my PDF associated. So when you look at this PDF document, it has a weird title 5859, and if you click on a picture, it also has a weird title here, and you can change that from the folder here by just changing. I'm just going to call this, for example, brochure. Click on rename, and now this is automatically renaming. And same thing, you can change the name of every single picture and click on rename every time you change the name. For every course, you can select the option to unpublish the course. And if you click on unpublish and save, then the course will be nowhere to be seen on the front end of the website, but you can still work on this in the back end. So right now we're just going to publish it again. You can also change the order of the courses. Let's say you want to have this one in 4th position. You just click here and drag and drop. So right now the hospitality level 1 will be the first course you see, knowing that the school will always be before the courses. So if I click now on save and I have a look under courses, and let me refresh. Now I should see my level 1 hospitality, and my test is number 4, but the School of Nursing will stay first. The admission part cannot be edited directly from the courses. It is dependent on the level of the course. So whenever you choose a level here, you're also choosing a different content for what will appear here. To change the information associated with each level, you can click on levels, and from there you can see the detailed information about the level and the admission requirement. And the same way you can change, edit whatever you need to edit in there, and click on save. The schools are very similar to the courses, so this is the same principle. Right now we only have one school, but you will see that you have 2 associated folders, one for the image gallery and one for the files. So the image gallery will only contain the images that will be shown into the slideshow that you can see here on top, and the other folder will contain all the files that are necessary, like icons, logos, and a brochure that you want to associate with this school. So a school requires a bit more graphic design, and you will have to have a logo over transparent background that you can upload under the associated files folder. And whenever you click here, then you can pick and choose the logo in question. Typically, when you create a new school, you want to have a different look and feel with different color scheme, and this is not something you can change from Dash. So I would advise to contact us if you really want to create a new school page. Nonetheless, you can easily edit the text of the existing school by using the same principle and editing the different parts here. Admission is not dependent on the level for the schools, you can just click on the admission column and you will see here all the details you can change. And finally, you can also create new categories. So if you click on categories, then you can see the existing categories, and let's click on plus. And I'm going to call this one test. And if we want the categories to be sorted alphabetically, I'm just going to click on sort, and automatically my test will come last. If you want a different order than the alphabetical order, you can play with this column here with numbers and click on order as well. So I'm just going to save it as it is now. And if I go back under my courses and I see my test courses level 2 category, I click here and I can now choose my test category, save. And if I refresh my course page, now I can see my test icon here. And if I click here, I get to see my test course.